Hello YouTube, it's Back in the Day Trash with another car boot load of tat. Was rainy again today, um, so we got next to nothing of anything decent. But I'm going to show you all the type of rubbish I buy from the car boot sale, even when it's a poor day for it. So, we bought this entire bag of seashells. He wanted £2 for the whole bag. He had this little fish, which seems to be made of some sort of gemstone sort of thing. And he had this really nice 90s colour scheme New Sport Age Ruckanor bag. I just like the colour scheme, the purples and the greens. Yeah, wanted a fiver for this. He's one of the few people that also had some toys. He had these three mini Mighty Maxes, all missing their little bits. But he had these, I forget what these were called now, Creepy Crawlies, something like that. And they've actually got their little inside bits as well that go with them, which is great. So he wanted fiver for those. Fiver for that was £10, and two it was 13, but we did a deal, £10 the lot. So that was some of the only toys we managed to find today. There's a few other little bits, but nothing very exciting. Found this. It's like a little T-Rex in an egg. It's a massive key ring, way too big to put on a set of keys. Sure, it must have made some noise at one point because it's got a speaker there, and I'm guessing he like moves on something too. So we'll have to get some batteries in him, see if he works. Also had a nice little Joker van, and they had this Lost World pencil tin thing, which has a pencil and a ruler in, but also had this nice Lost World watch. So they wanted £2 for the watch tin thing, and they wanted £1 each for those. So this was £4. They also had a Batman Forever bubble bath. It was like the Batmobile. It was massive. It still had all the bubble bath in, but they wanted a fiver for that, which I thought was a bit pricey for some old bubble bath. So left that behind. Didn't want to haggle with me, so never mind. This little pile here is mostly 50p stuff. There's a lady who does things 50p each, and then some things more expensive. She had this seashell, which was £4. She threw a 50p item in there. She was the lady who sold me my last giant seashell as well for £4. Don't know where she keeps finding these seashells from and why they're all £4, but I'm quite happy to keep buying them from her. She had this reddish made play value pack microscope. This was 50p. I thought it's not got a whole lot in it. It says it has, 2 blank slides, 2 pre-prepared slides and instructions. Doesn't actually have any of that. It just has the little machine thing itself. But for 50p, I thought the box is probably worth that alone. She had this little gemstone egg. I buy these whenever I see them and if they're cheap, because I like little gemstone-y type things. She had this in the little gemstone ashtray, so I'll make good use out of that. This old pack of cigarettes, Gallagher's. This little box of plastic first aid dressing from Johnson & Johnson's. She had this elephant, which has a real vintagey look to it, and it's got a real odd feel to it. I can't tell if it's metal or if it's plastic. I really, really cannot tell. Can't see any markings on it at all. But it must have some age to it. Must do. Couple of bits for the family. My parents collect these weird style of plates. That was 50p. And this old Gardeners Never Die. They just go to seed, which is a little bit dark, really. They'd be giving your parents, I suppose. Had this Corona Cubana cigar, which is actually still in there and looks like it would be usable. This Walt Disney Mickey Mouse Club March Musketeers thing. I don't know. But it said it was 1955 from the official Mickey Mouse Club. And on the back there, someone had put in pencil £15. So I thought, well, 50p is not so bad. Had these little magazines for 50p. Target, the great weekly for boys, with an interview with Mark Spitz. Wow, who the hell is he? Primo magazine, which I've literally never heard of. But there you can see the address of someone who lived in Bognor Regis at one point. Copy of Shoot magazine, the League Cup final there. For 4p, Jack and Jill magazine, as you do. She also had this W.H. Smith's bag. She had quite a few bags like this. W.H. Smith's, Debenhams, all sorts of old things. Tried getting her to do me a deal, but she genuinely wanted 50p per little paper bag, which I thought was a bit expensive. Said she wouldn't do any kind of deals on 50p items because they were too cheap as it was. Which for some of them, she's probably right, but for, you know, paper bags, maybe not. This was the favourite thing I got from her today, though. Genuinely love this. Have absolutely no idea what it is or where it's from. Looks a bit Japanesey, but I just think it's amazing. Really, really like that. Got given these magazines. Don't know much about them. Gaming, 110% gaming. Never heard of it. Got this rifle and target set. That was £3 from one of the traders, but I just love the art style of it, so we got that. Got these the day before at a local Comic-Con. First time they've done it. This was a Next Mutations mic. Never seen one of those, even though he's beat up. Thought he was cool. He was £6 though. This Splinter. Don't know what Splinter this is. Is this like the movie version? He's got like a little cape thing. He was a £5. And I got these. These are called MetaZoo. Only ever heard of them through someone I watch on Twitch called Pay Money Wubby. Would have really liked the limited edition Pay Money Wubby card, but that goes for ridiculous money. But it was the first time I'd seen them, so I bought a little £5 bundle of them, just because never seen them. Got this dude for £1. It's bootleg Lego, but Turtles. Bought a load of cards. Always buy cheap cards, 10p each. Stick them in a drawer. Then they're there when you need them. Bought this Jurassic World dinosaur. Maybe it's not Jurassic World, but it's definitely JP of some sort. He was £3. Haven't got that one, so picked him up. And then everything else I'm going to show you all came from the same seller, and everything was £1. Weirdly, I've bought stuff from him before. It's not always everything for £1. When I turned up in the morning, that wasn't the case, and I saw he had these Snow White jigsaws. So I asked him how much the jigsaws. He said they are £2 each. They're all sealed, each inside. However, he said if you buy the 5 of them, then I will do you a deal. You can have 5 for £5. So I bought all 5 of the Snow White jigsaws. Next time I walk past, he's got signs everywhere. Everything £1. So bought a few more bits. Got this little bag of toys here. Thought this was one of the Beatles, because they've got some like collectible yellow submarine figures, so I bought that. Turns out it's Howard from Big Bang Theory, and that I'm a moron. Peter Griffin's son, what was his name? Chris. Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie, and then I don't know who this is. I don't think that's probably anything. Weird bit of Duplo. This, whatever the hell, cheap piece of crap this is. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Some weird football-looking type guy. What's his name? Carloa? What's it say? Carlos. It's Carlos, everybody. There he is. Carlos the Third. I have no idea who that is. It had this nice little fossil-looking thing. Picked that up for £1. Had this lighter, brand new in the box. Thought that was a nifty-looking lighter for £1. So we grabbed that. Also had this chunky little happy Buddha. He looked like a very happy man. Solid wood, painted. Thought it's got to be worth £1. This little 100% unofficial Bob Marley license plate. Which is alright. And then they had this tea towel. Tea towel was like £1 as well. Everything was £1. I found a little pack of drawing pins. This £1 as well, mate. Yeah. Probably get cheaper in the shops. But yeah, Kellogg's Cornflakes tea towel. I think the star of it was this. Amazingly, I said, how much do you want for that? He said, well, everything's £1. So, all right, mate. Okay, well, I'll take this entire little suitcase thing for £1. Didn't realise that these had significance, these numbers to what's inside. But opened it up, thought, what the hell is this? Pulled this out and realised this is some sort of old Masonic tabard. Is that what they're called? But yeah, definitely very Masonic stuff. From memory, I think Mason stuff, old Mason stuff, can be worth some money. You've got Mason Directory from Cornwall there. God knows what that's going to have, but got everyone's names in it. Then you've got a forward for lodge number 1180. And it was only when I started flicking through that I realised this box is probably related to the lodge, seeing as it also has 1180 stamped on it. Dear sir and brother, you are requested to attend the duties of your lodge so we can take over the world. Yeah, cheers, Mr. Mason. Printed matter. Oh, there's his address. Sorry about that. But yeah, you have to attend your meeting. And then here's a statement of receipts, payments, and balance sheets from 1953 for private use only, now available for all to see on YouTube. So if anyone is interested in what the Masons in Lodge 1180 were doing with their money back then, this is what they were doing. Wow, they were actually making some serious money. Holy moly. £753 in 1953 is probably megabutts. The Temple Fund account, nearly £2,000. Jeez, they've got some big money, the Masons. No wonder they're running the world. There's also this pretty grimy white glove, and then this tiny little box, and inside the little box is this tiny little book, and the book was something about the ceremonies, the opening of the lodge and the first degree. What you want to find is some 33rd degree Mason stuff, because I imagine that's a bit rarer than your bog standard Mason stuff. But yeah, I thought for £1, I'm probably well into some decent money there if I ever get off my arse and sell anything. But yeah, I think that's probably the find of the day, the Masons nonsense for £1. So yeah, that was today's tack, guys. Sorry, it's probably not very exciting. If you came here for toys, you don't really get a lot, do you? A few Mighty Maxes, a bundle of rubbish, some rifle sets, a couple of turtles at a ridiculous price, and one dinosaur. It was a bit of an eventful car boot, because when I get home, the first thing I do is do the supermarket run, and then I found that I've lost my wallet. I dropped my wallet at the car boot sale because I didn't buy very much today. There was a lot of money in my wallet. Some kind soul picked my wallet up and handed it in. So big thanks to whoever handed my wallet with all the money in back at the car boot sale. Really, really appreciate that. And yeah. It wasn't the best of weeks. Maybe next week will be better. Stay tuned to find out. Toys or tat next week? Who knows? Take care, guys. Bye.